Thank you very much, Heleni, and a very good day to all our viewers and listeners joining us here at the Government Information Center for this cabinet briefing on the decision-making meeting held on the 29th of October 2024 and is chaired by His Excellency the President, Dr. Nangolo Mpumba. The first cabinet decision is the review of the first National Human Rights Action Plan and the development of the second National Human Rights Action Plan. Cabinet took note of the said report on the framework proposal for the review of Namibia's first National Human Rights Action Plan between the years 2015 to 2019 and the development of the National Human Rights Action Plan 2. Cabinet then directed officers, ministries, and agencies to participate in the National Human Rights Action Plan review and development of the successor Human Rights Action Plan. Cabinet also approved that the submissions from the Office of the Ombudsman be considered at the meeting of the executive directors to ensure a coordinated approach to dealing with the matter, and Cabinet further directed the Ministry of Justice, in conjunction with the Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprises, to coordinate the process and assess the expenditure requirements for the review of the first National Human Rights Action Plan and the development of the National Human Rights Plan 2, and advise Cabinet on the funding modalities for implementation of the action plan. The next cabinet decision is the total allowable catch for hake for the 2024-2025 fishing season from the 1st of November 2024, which is tomorrow, until the 30th of September 2025. Cabinet approved a once-off total allowable catch for hake to be set at 140,000 metric tons for the 2024-2025 fishing season, and directed the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources to consider a gradual reduction of the total allowable catch over the years to reach the recommendation of the scientists. The next cabinet decision is the ratification of the revised African Maritime Transport Charter. Cabinet endorsed Namibia to ratify the African Maritime Transport Charter, which aims to promote the development of maritime transport across Africa and ensure effective and efficient management of marine resources within the continent. Cabinet authorized the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Works and Transport to table the said charter in the National Assembly for ratification, and Cabinet further directed the relevant ministries to develop and implement a national action plan to align Namibia's maritime sector with the objectives of the Charter. The next cabinet decision is also another ratification, this time of the World Intellectual Property Organization WIPO Treaty on Intellectual Property, Genetic Resources, and Associated Traditional Knowledge. Cabinet took note and authorized the Minister of Industrialization and Trade to table the World Intellectual Property Organization Treaty on Intellectual Property, Genetic Resources, and Associated Traditional Knowledge in the National Assembly for ratification. And Cabinet also approved that the instrument of ratification be deposited with WIPO through the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation once adopted by the National Assembly. The final cabinet decision is a request for approval for Namibia to host a Sherpa meeting of the high-level panel for a sustainable ocean economy between the 11th to the 13th of December 2024 in Walfish Bay in the Ironga region. Cabinet approved the hosting of the Sherpa meeting of the high-level panel for sustainable ocean economy at Walfish Bay, Namibia, from the 11th to the 13th of December 2024. The high-level panel for sustainable ocean economy is a platform of heads of states and governments that discuss progress on issues related to the ocean economy, such as ocean and climate change issues, progress on prioritized ocean climate action issues by each member state, progress towards the 100% sustainable ocean management as per the transformations document for this meeting. This brings me to the end and the conclusion of this cabinet briefing on the decisions taken at the 19th decision-making meeting of cabinet held on the 29th of October 2024. Thank you for having me, Heleni.